I had pretty good luck using the 2.5-inch coarse screws instead of the 3-inch. So that's what I'm going to try here. Lift up, move the door a little bit, and usually you can loosen that up. Okay. Don't put the screw in, the hinge in, or the bit in all the way. Just let it stick in a little bit, then you can grab it. I left my phone on in case Mommy called me from the hardware store, and it's not Mommy, so I'm not answering. You don't want to push the drill bit all the way in, because you want it sticking out as far as you can to get into the wood 2x4 behind the door jamb. Okay, get it on high, put it in a slight angle to hit the edge of the 2x4. I'm doing it twice here. I like to do towards the top and bottom, put it on reverse, hang on to the chuck, and boom. Now I can loosen that up. Which way? That back in, tighten it up, forward, hold that. I hold that as I tighten it. I've got it, let's see, I want it on low. Okay, I got it on low. Make sure I'm on low. I can drive these screws in there. 2.5-inch I'm using. Even though once I get it flush to the wood, I want to drive it in there a little bit more. Okay, I heard it snap like it's pushing through, and in fact I can see an edge of a nail right there. See that? So I know it sucked it in. And I believe I'm going to have to do the that second hinge too. I'm going to finish that off. I don't tighten those up all the way. I usually try to do it by hand. Okay, and we can look, you want to look at this and see if we've done enough. I don't think we've done enough yet. I think we still have to do the next hinge up, and I might as well do that, but just for kicks, if you really want to see what's happening here. You see I got more of a gap down there now, don't I? See the gap right there, and that's actually lowered the door. But I think I got to do it a little bit more on the next one to get this gap just a little bit less up there. Okay, and my theory is by pushing that over, that's taking this door, twisting it like that, and it's going to push it over at the top. If it doesn't push it over far enough, there's something else I could do at that hinge up there, but first things first, I don't want to move it over too far, because see, I got a nice big gap there, and when I get up there, look at the top of this, let's just see, see, I moved it down a little bit. I still got a little bit of room here to go, then I can move it over, because the latch is still not, is still not hitting. See, it's still not in there yet. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing to this hinge. Just here to show you, if you're gonna video and stuff, you want to get yourself a charger like this. And see, my video camera came with this one battery, and that was it. Then I went to the store, I got a bigger battery, because they said, oh, you know what, you can get bigger batteries. I said, you can? I said, yeah. Then I found out they got actually bigger batteries. I just put a big, see how tall that battery is? Look look at that against this one, or yeah, against this one here, and how wide it is. It's taller and it's wider. See how thin this was the one that came with the camera. So that was that, and then I got the next size up, which was this one. And then I got those, and I ended up getting these. I got 3 of these, and I got the charger too. So I put these on the charger, and see, that one was really low. This one's charging up. You got to have extra ones, because what I used to do is I didn't have these extra batteries, and then once I got the camera, it came with an extension thing that I could plug on the side of the video camcorder here. But then it had a cord, and it had a little box on it, and then I would have to plug that into a wall, find an electrical outlet, get an extension cord, plug it on here, tape it to the side of this when I put this up high, and all that good stuff. So, you know, get the right stuff and get yourself some extra batteries. Okay, so now I'm gonna work. I just worked on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and work on this one now. Same way. I'm not doing anything tricky. I left that screw out because I was tightening these by hand initially, because I thought this door was fine. So I had one screw that was stripped, that the threads were just spinning in there. And Mommy's going up to the store to get me some longer screws. In the meantime, I could still fix this and keep working. You see how I'm not drilling straight, I'm drilling at an angle like that to get into the 2x4. That's why I've got to get it in here, plus it gives me more meat of the door jamb to work with. I don't want to get it out too far, because then I'd have to put it really at a far angle. So I try to keep the holes fairly close to this edge, so that but yet that I still have enough room to get the head in there without hitting the edge of the wood. You know, the surface of the door jamb, right? Got that on high, I want it back on low. That last little bit is what really sucks that. Can you imagine this section of the wood pushing in a little bit further, and that kind of will allow the door to move. Okay, that looks good. I'll get my hinge back in there. Now you don't see all that. Okay. Idea is you get all done, and it looks like, I mean, I've been working on this door for a while, but once I get done with this door, when you come back and anybody looks at it, they won't even know I did anything to this door. And I was able to adjust it and do all kinds of stuff to make it fit better, okay? Now, I'll just keep the video camera running, no tricks or anything. I know you don't like any tricks. Okay, I still got nice, it didn't really suck that end, and that's good. Looking at that, and that's allowing that to kind of close up a little bit. It didn't close up as much as I wanted, and this is still hitting. I know I'm going to have to ream that out, but at least now when I ream it out, I'm not going to have to ream it out 1/4 of an inch and get into the head of the screw. Maybe I only have to ream it out 1/16 of an inch here. Okay, and how am I going to do that? Well, I'll show you that in a minute. And here's one example. You might say, okay, Joe, fine. I got you. I get longer screws. Here's an 1.5-inch screw. And you might think, oh, that's going to work. I'll just get 1.5 inches. And there's 3 screws. These are the outside. This is on the inside. You might think, oh, okay, that'll hit. That'll be long enough. Well, here, I'll just show you. It's not. It could just barely be touching the 2x4, and that's why you can't just put it in straight. You're gonna have to drill it in a little bit of an angle, and you're gonna need the longer screw. And I'm sending Momi up to the store. She's gonna get 1 3/4 inches and 2-inch, but I believe the 2-inch are gonna be the ones that I'm gonna need for that to work. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, when I started this whole door project, I thought I was ready. I had gotten some extra screws and stuff, but I didn't get longer screws, and I'm not quite sure how long I'm gonna need. I'm not quite sure how hard the studs are gonna be behind there. So I've sent Momi to the store, and she's gonna get me some longer ones, the same exact size. Instead of, those were 3/4 inch, I told her, I says, I wanna get some bags of 1 3/4 inch long. I think lots of them will be 2-inch, will be fine, you know, for this middle one. But like for the side, see, here's one on the side. I'm gonna have to angle that, and it's gonna, and because I can't angle too much at an angle, it may have to be that I get longer, so I hit kind of the edge of the 2x4 and then drive it in that way. And so that one I'll need at least 2-inch, and I might need 2 1/4 or even 2 1/2 inch. And I might be okay with 1 3/4 inch there, but chances are 2-inch. Okay, so I'm sending her to the store. She's getting like 18 screws, because I've got all kinds of doors throughout this whole place, and you see that I already took out the screws that I thought I was going to need, and I've only gone through 5 or 6 doors so far, and I got quite a few more to go. So you can always use more screws. So she's getting 1 3/4 inch, 18 of them. She's getting 50 of them. This, because you can buy a whole box. If you need more, you know, 3 little packs, six in a package, you might as well get a whole little container of them, and they come like 50 in a plastic container. Okay, so she's getting 52-inch, 18 1 3/4 inch, 18 2 1/4 inch, 18 2 1/2 inch, and then I know I'm all set up. And because my drill bits aren't going to be able to go that far, because when you get a small little drill bit, they're even that much shorter than the other ones. I don't want to go too wide, because then it's going to defeat the purpose. So my drill bit might not go all the way in, and because it won't go in all the way. So if I need to use something longer, I could just take one of my 2 1/2 inch screws, my sheetrock screws. See, my drywall screws. This is 2 1/2, and then I got some 3-inch here. See, number 3-inch drywall screws, and these are the coarse threads. And they used to distinguish on the side of the box somewhere, coarse and fine on the threads. Well, yeah, see, right there, see, coarse thread. You don't want the fine thread for wood. You want the coarse thread. That's the big thread like that. So see, I could drill like right here. I drill with the small little drill bit, and if I need to go a little bit further, my drill bit, it's not going to go that far, and I put a small screw in there, and I need to go in further, I could take a bigger screw like this one here, ram it in there all the way, you know, at that angle after I pre-drill, and then take that and use the actual screw as the drill bit. You know what I mean? Take it out and then put the other one in. All kinds of different ways, but anyways, once I get those screws, I'll show you. Just keep watching.